3, 2, 1. Da-da.
Episode 9?
Episode 9.
There it is. There it is.
Cheers up, brother.
Oh.
Cheers, man.
Saved it.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here, Frank and Ryan, episode 9. Feeling good, too. Feeling really good. Let me get a sip of this.
We are. Unfortunately, there is, we're feeling good, but there is...
We got some serious issues going on right now.
There's,
yeah.
I would say, I mean, you know,
Corona.
you could call it hysteria, and that would be...
What's the word? Pandemic?
Yeah.
Epidemic?
Calling
Something
it
like that?
Calling it hysteria would be, I think, approaching it from a I'm not scared of it kind of stance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then, obviously, if people are close to those affected, then hysteria is the wrong word.
Mm-hmm.
And also, hysteria is the wrong word for all those people who are going to the store and buying out the toilet paper and paper towel sections.
It's, yeah. People
Ryan,
know what we're talking about at this point, right?
Sidebar.
Go
Yeah, we're talking about coronavirus.
Yeah.
But sidebar, Ryan, because you need to re-download Snapchat.
Why is that?
Because you missed a pretty good Snapchat from Sam yesterday in the
Damn.
in the Solid 5 Snap.
Damn.
It was the line outside of the Costco. Sam was up in some high building.
Oh, because of coronavirus.
Yeah, and
no
there's
way.
just a giant line just going, like, lining the warehouse, pretty much. And yeah, so that's an example right there. And then I think there's a cruise ship that is
I actually know quite a bit of details on that.
That is quarantined in the water
in the bay
now,
right
in the
now.
bay
Yeah.
right now. Like,
so basically,
I saw a shot of it with like the Golden Gate in the background, right? Okay, yeah.
So basically, what's happening is, so their one cruise ship, the Royal, I think it's the Royal Princess. No. One of them, the Diamond Princess. The Diamond Princess went to Asia, right?
Yeah.
And this is Princess Cruises. The Diamond Princess went to Asia, and basically, like, someone got coronavirus and came on board.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, it spread rapidly because it's very contagious.
Yeah.
And now I think they're getting kind of like a bad rep because now they have flu-like symptoms on their other cruise ship, which just came back from Hawaii. And they are, like, getting quarantined because they're on the Princess, you know, and, like, I don't know.
Okay. So there's two separate cruise ships.
Separate cruise ships.
And both in the bay?
No, so
just
no.
one's in the bay?
Their one was in Japan.
Okay.
And so they are still in Japan. That boat is still in Japan. But people have come home, right?
Okay.
And this one came from, it was in Mexico, then it went to Hawaii. So now it's back in San Francisco. And our governor, whatever his name is, Gavin something, said, well, we're going to have to check that thing out, you know? And so what they did was they helicoptered in supplies and stuff and testing kits. And so they're testing about 100 different people on the cruise ship for Corona. COVID-19.
COVID-19, yeah.
You want to know something scary, too?
What?
I told you I was going to Mexico, right?
Yeah, what? Oh, yeah, you are going to Mexico.
I told you how I was getting there. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, Frank.
I thought that was going to be silent. I'm sorry. Excuse me. That was rude.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, you said, wait, by boat?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it was a cruise ship. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're going on a cruise to Mexico. Yeah.
Guess what company?
The company that has a boat that's quarantined right now.
Yes. And that has the other boat that basically, like, started the outbreak in the United States because
so
people who were on that boat came back and, like, just
So they're in charge of both then.
Princess Cruise Lines owns both of those boats, yeah.
Okay.
But the cruise that I'm going on is the Royal Princess, I believe. I don't know, it's a different boat basically. But what's scary about it is it might be similar crew.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's in the end of March that you're going on that?
March 22nd.
Okay, yeah.
Departure.
Well, just to fast forward about a month from that, and I'm going to Coachella weekend too.
You're fucked, dude. There's no way you're getting out of that. You realize that, right?
Wait.
Just fucking with you.
Yeah, okay, come on, Ryan. You just can't be dropping conclusions like that.
Listen, I like to raise the hysteria because
I'm going. That's all I could say. I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't not go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not canceling my trip either.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, we're young. Like, I really don't think that it's gonna kill me. I may get a bad,
and I don't
fever
like to let
or whatever the symptoms are, but
I don't like to let
I'm down to risk it.
I don't like to let large scale fear keep me from doing something that I want to do.
Wow, you were staring really intensely there too.
Yeah, I know, because I was thinking. I was thinking about it. But
plus, like,
yeah, it's just like with the when Joker came out, I remember there were all those articles being written about how, oh, you go see this movie, there's a good chance that someone's gonna shoot up the theater you're in because this movie inspires real life Jokers and real life crime.
Who was saying? Really? People were saying
Yeah,
that?
there were articles online saying that, but before the movie came out, and
it's a movie, people.
yeah, but
Jeez.
that
It's not like
ironically the movie made
propaganda
over $1
online.
billion.
Then there's a lot of crazy people in this world, Frank, because
Well-
that's what it means, right?
Well, no, that's not what it means. What it means is that was the best. I don't know if that was intentional marketing by Warner Brothers or on purpose, but saying your movie was dangerous and turned you into a murderer.
They said that.
Well, that was the general vibe of the negative reviews of the movie, because the movie premiered at Venice. I'm pretty sure, 99%. It won the Golden Lion, which was like the best movie at the film festival.
Mm-hmm.
So it was out for a significant amount of time before it came out in movies in the theaters on wide release, and so there were plenty of things written about it already.
So people were going crazy.
Yeah, so there were positive reviews, but there were also plenty of negative reviews about it, saying that it would basically inspire actual crime, and
It's ridiculous.
I mean it is ridiculous. I mean, clearly we're not working with the same thing. We're working with what's called yellow journalism. Is that what, I don't even know.
I
if
don't
that's
know
the
what you're
correct
referring
term.
to.
I think yellow journalism is they make up a story for.
Oh, when it's fake?
Yeah, when it's
Yeah.
a fake
Okay.
news. I mean, it's not tech. I guess it's not tech, but it I don't know. It's not actually yellow journalism.
Anyways, how does this relate to coronavirus?
I'm just saying I went and saw Joker in the movie theater.
And you didn't go crazy?
Well, not that I didn't go crazy. I just wasn't scared.
I see.
I wasn't
get you.
on edge, like walking
I got
into
you,
the theater or out of the theater or while sitting.
Honestly,
and
I think
watching
that
the movie.
the Coachella is a pretty safe place to be. One, it's like really hot, so I'm assuming that viruses don't do well in hot weather.
The sun is killing all
Could be making that up, but I don't know.
Yeah. But it's like you pay $500 for these tickets or whatever, and
it's still gonna go on, man.
well, and not that it's still gonna go on, but I'm still gonna go. It's
Well,
like
right,
I'm not
right,
gonna
right.
let anything scare me out of going to
Right,
something
right.
that's really fun, and
They
it's one of
just-
the best lineups ever.
They just I saw something on my Instagram. They just canceled a
Ultra Fest in Miami.
Oh, you saw one in Miami? I saw one in Texas. So,
Oh, okay, yeah. They canceled Ultra Fest in Miami.
So it's happening. I mean, the thing is about coronavirus is it's super contagious. So it's like,
Yes,
one is
yeah.
super contagious.
And it's airborne, right?
Right, exactly. And two is that some people, like, you don't see symptoms when it's like contagious. Like
Yeah.
with the flu, it's like you have to have the symptoms to like get it to a potency to where it will travel and be contagious.
Yeah, exactly.
But with coronavirus, I guess that's not a thing because I mean you just see how
It can be at any stage,
how much it spreads.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something kind of like fascinating about, not fascinating, but exciting about kind of risking it. Like everyone's like, "Are you still going on that cruise? Like, are you?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still gonna go."
Yeah.
and
I'm gonna go.
a part of me is like low key scared, but also just excited.
It's
you
just
know?
okay. Here's the thing.
It's like a part of me kind of wants to like beat the virus.
Here's
you know what I'm saying?
Well, no, but I get what you're saying, but I think it's a fact of a lot of what I think of oftentimes what it takes for something to be feared on a mass level is being uncontrollable.
I mean, I don't think it is controllable right now.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm saying. But it's something that's out of your control. You know,
right.
Like
that's true.
I can't control if I'm gonna catch. Like I just
if it happens,
yeah, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, you can stay inside for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you can stay inside for the rest of your life. But you know, I already made plans, and plans are gonna be really fun, and they also cost money.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm gonna do the plans.
I think if anyone's really scared and is worried about catching coronavirus, just take care of yourself. One, get your immune system up so you can take like immune boosters.
Yeah,
and also just
drink lots of water.
Lots of water. And just wash your hands. Wash your hands. Like for me, like I take public transportation every day to work, right? And as I'm touching the pole, I'm not doing anything with that hand until I get home and I'm washing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I did.
That hand is quarantined.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's
and that's how you got to do it.
I do this. I do the same thing with public transportation. The exact same thing. You know what I also do with public?
Well, I usually don't, but now the coronavirus thing is real. It's like I got to.
I try to stand without holding on to anything when there's no seats on public transportation.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not trying to brag, but like I'm pretty.
You have to focus on it though.
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And you have to stand in the right position. You kind of have to have your legs spread.
You have to be ready for your hips to shift. It's like a hip shift.
Yeah. And then I also I like to have usually one foot planted firmly, and then the other foot loose.
Dude, I love that we're talking about the dynamics of.
You can do it. You can do it. But I really think
it's hard though.
There are some drivers, train drivers or bus drivers who. They just fucking slam on it, and they're
like doing this.
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes like when you're riding on the train and it's in like a public street or whatever.
Yeah.
You'll start to go, and I never really see what happens, but I assume it's something like a pedestrian or a car running a light, and the train has to suddenly stop. So those are the best jerks when you do the go and then back, and you're just.
So yours is different because. Usually when I take the train, I'm not actually in streets.
Yeah, you're never in the streets.
It's all underground, right?
I always have to go through a
Forest
little
Hill,
street.
the West Portal.
Yeah.
You're above ground.
I start above ground and then come underground to get into the city.
Right. Which right then it's like a tram kind of. I mean, it's definitely a train, but I don't know. I never.
I mean, it's still a train because it still goes under it, and it's still like, I'm getting out of the same train at.
No, it's the same thing.
Civic Center that I got on back outside in front of Stonestown. So it's like, But going back to coronavirus, it also delayed. It's affecting movies now because
I heard that
James Bond, No Time to Die, got delayed till November.
Wow,
which is interesting because
they don't want people they're afraid people won't go to the movies. Is that why?
Yeah, I think they're afraid of people not showing up to the movies because it is supposed to come out in April, the middle April. I think that was the original date.
Oh, really?
And it was what's it called? Delayed till November, and that makes me think, what is the reason for delaying that? I mean, obviously they're afraid people aren't going to show up if it comes out in about a month, but are they saying by November it will be cured?
No, I think it's going to be way worse by November. Actually, the thing is like,
what's the point of releasing it in November? That's what is weird to me. If this is some awful, I mean, if this is as really bad as people are saying it is, and it continues to get worse, then why is there this? I mean, it's just I don't see the point of delaying the movie.
If anything, you should rush it, right?
If anything, you should release it. You should just stick to your release date because you can't say, oh, it's going to be cured by November, so people will come see the movie,
right?
Or it won't be spreading anymore by November. It's just like these assumptions. I'm like, oh, what? It's just I don't know. I don't see
I
the
wish
logic.
I wish that we knew like the science behind stopping a virus like this and like what do you do, because even I mean if you think about it, like if I have coronavirus, right, and like let's say I get past it, is that that virus is still in me, right? Or is it just gone? Like my body kills it completely. And is that what we're trying to do? Or are we just trying to...
See, that's what's confusing to me too, is that...
Because then if I go outside and someone who hadn't had coronavirus in 20 months, like...
And you still have it on you.
Is it...
Yeah.
You know? It's like the common cold. Is like just keeps getting transferred between people and people.
Yeah.
I don't know the logistics of it, but...
They...
I don't know how we solve this. Like, do we just let it die on its own? Because is it really dead? You know?
Yeah, and apparently there's no cure.
Right, yeah.
So, but at the same time, there's a large number that's infected.
Yeah.
And then there's a much smaller number that has actually died from it.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3%, so that's pretty high for an illness, though, you know?
3% death chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that sounds right, because I'm pretty sure
it's... I mean, it's pretty high, because I think the flu is around like 1% a year.
I think it's like, isn't it...
Which is still terrible, to be honest.
But isn't it there's
what?
like I think last time my roommate was telling me there's like 2,000 deaths, and there's like 38,000 cases or something like that.
Well, it's taken over Asia, man. I mean, China, South Korea, Japan's pretty bad. Yeah, dude. I mean, there's a lot of cases. And it doesn't really affect the people that have a young body and who take care of themselves, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're old and, you know, you're brittle and when you get the cold, it's like a very serious sickness, you know, then...
Yeah, your immune system's down. Yeah.
Then it's serious for those people, which is sad. But, yeah, I don't know, man. And another topic is like... I mean, so... I was like watching videos on the coronavirus, right? Because everyone's talking about it and stuff like that. And one, I'm going to Mexico on the cruise ships that have been quarantined, or on the same company, with the same company. And so I was doing like research and stuff, and apparently China has these like wet markets, which is basically where they have like live animals where they like will kill and sell to people, right? Mm-hmm. And apparently the virus originates from Wuhan, right, where there is a wet market. And coincidentally, well, not coincidentally, but in like the 80s or 90s, there was this thing called SARS, which wasn't as...
A disease called SARS?
A disease called SARS, which originates from the same coronavirus, actually. I don't know how all these things tie together, but... basically, they had the same situation where a wet market sort of originated this disease, or the disease was originated from a wet market, you know? What do you think about that, man? Because, like, there's a lot of talk online about, like...
Where it started?
Yeah, and just people are afraid. Like, even in San Francisco, like, the mayor came out and was like, you know, we need to continue supporting Chinatown, like... I don't know if you saw that, but...
Oh, no, I didn't.
She did a video as like, you know, we need to continue supporting these communities, you know, because they've done right to our city and stuff like that. And I completely agree, but it is still scary, you know? Yeah,
I was thinking of the plague that was brought by the rats on the ships.
Yeah.
And wiped out a lot of... We learned about that in AP Euro, right?
Dude, I don't know the numbers, but it was major.
But that's what I was like imagining it as like weird. Like I feel like there's a good chance it was an animal thing.
Oh, it is. It came from apparently it came from. I mean, I don't know how they figured this out, but the word is that it came from. It originated in bats, which then went to something called a pangolin. A pangolin?
Pangolin? Okay.
I don't know, I could be totally butchering that.
Okay.
But Vox did a video on it and stuff like that. And they basically said that these wet markets is where they have like wildlife. Basically, China couldn't feed their people in the 80s or something like that.
Okay.
And so what they did was they basically opened up the market for food, right? And then they allowed farmers to basically farm wild animals like turtles, bats, all these things that you don't ever see here.
Mm-hmm.
And then that market itself, right, because it's like an industry, these wet markets, started creating, you know, this like advertisements and propaganda about how all these like exotic animals were, you know, good for the heart, good for sex, like helps you grow. It's a testosterone booster, like, you know, all these things, which are completely inaccurate. And then now you have this industry where people buy like wild animals like bats, and they make bat soup out of it and stuff like that. And I'm by no means any expert on it. I just watched one video, but I don't know, man. And it's
so you think it's like something like maybe someone eating.
Yeah, I think it came from like
eating an animal that they shouldn't have eaten.
Well, I think they originated from a wet market in Wuhan. So yeah, I would say so.
A wet market.
Well, it's not that it.
Wait, why are you calling it a wet market? What does that mean?
I think it just means that animals are all alive.
Oh, okay.
And that they buy them.
Oh, they buy them alive to kill them themselves. Okay, I see.
Or they kill them there. I don't know how it works, but
they're
alive.
What
it's
they're
like they're all in
eat.
cages, you know.
They're witnessing what they're
you got the chickens and the turtles and the bats and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's, imagine if every single way to buy food
was like grocery store. Would be like,
and grocery store was live animals. So you're like, can I get that chicken? And then they just grab it. Yeah.
I think if we didn't have like sympathy, then that's how it would be. But we definitely do. I mean, you don't want to see.
I mean, the fact that we make movies like Marley and Me and my dog Skip.
That was like one of the first time I cried in a movie is Marley and Me.
Yeah, dude, I was sobbing at Marley and Me. I watched that movie.
Yeah.
Sitting on the floor in the exercise room, and I watched it on cable.
Wow.
Like that's how you know a movie's good. Like when it hits you, and like you're sitting through commercial breaks while you're watching it.
Yeah.
And it's edited for TV, and it still has you in tears. But yeah, we couldn't do anything like that because we do have a connection to animals, and it's a common joke. I feel. I mean, maybe I'm just thinking of The Office with Dwight and his animals and bringing them. He's like, we're eating it, and then everybody's like, oh no, it's pretty funny. But
what do you think? I mean,
I definitely think it came from an animal, like in just a situation of someone not.
It went from an animal to a human, right?
But here's the question: do you think it was just like eating it? The animal, or do you think it was just a specific animal that carried this new disease, and then just the person being in contact with the animal?
I think what happens was, and this is only speculation, but is like because it's like this market where all these animals are like stacked on top of each other, and it's almost like this
kind of crammed together.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not comfortable for them.
No, there's no standards there. You know?
No.
So I think the fact that it's like that, I think that it's sort of like this area where it's like diseases can fester, you know, and I'm thinking that it either transferred from one human or one animal to another, or that person probably ate the animal without cooking it well enough. Like they killed it straight off, and then they didn't cook it well, or they ate it alive. I don't know what type, animals they eat live over there, or raw, I should say. So yeah, I don't know, but I think China has a serious problem, man. I mean, they can't feed their masses, and so they have to resort to eating bats and stuff. I mean, dude, I saw this picture where like they had this is gonna be kind of graphic, but they had this bat, and its wings were like on a skewer, right? So it was like these two skewers, and they had like skewered through the wings, right? Yeah. And so it's kind of flailed out like this, right?
Yeah.
And then this lady is like eating the stomach of the bat.
Just raw?
Dude, I don't know what just
Just
I don't.
straight
Well,
up?
no, it was. I mean, it was a dead.
Oh, it was like
It was a dead
cooked-
bat. So I don't know
cooked
how they
bat.
cooked it, but
But it looked cooked. It didn't look like they just like took like a dead bat and then
It's-
put it on 2 spikes. Did they put
Dude,
it
I
on 2
don't
spikes
know.
and then she took a bite out of the belly, or did they put it on 2 spikes, cooked it, and then she took a bite out of the belly?
it was stiff. That's how it looked. It looked stiff. So I'm assuming they like probably dipped it in oil, like fried it, or maybe I don't know.
But it didn't look like a fresh like the fur,
Dude,
like the belly of a bat.
I'm about to show you this.
Okay.
Because but I'll tell you right before. But
I mean, just as a fan of Batman, I feel like if I see this picture, I'll know if the bat is raw or cooked.
That makes you an expert.
I think so.
Okay, let me see if I can find
In
this
some
right off the
some
bat.
way. In some
Yeah. Okay.
way.
Here we go.
Totally kidding.
Okay. Here you go, man. Okay, so its wings aren't on the skewer. It's skewered like inside of the back of the bat, basically. And what you'll see is the stomach is like open, and that's where they'll eat. Like they'll eat the stomach. That's what it seems like. I don't know, man.
Wow.
It's pretty graphic, huh? And so I just think that they have a serious problem over
crazy
there.
about
And what's
this?
crazy is like it sucks to say that the whole world is like,
I don't think this is cooked.
yeah, I don't know, dude.
I really don't. And the reason why I say I don't think it's
Describe what you see, Frank. Describe what
cooked,
you see.
so pretty much, it actually looks like they took a dead bat, and then they crunched its wings together and kind of made it into a ball. So take a bat's body, and then you take its wings, and then you just compress it into the sides of the bat.
And then
then
go into the stomach,
You take
right?
the stomach, and then you cut the stomach open. You open the stomach, and then you use the little hooks on the wings to hook into the stomach to hold the stomach open. Almost
is that what's happening?
Almost as if it's a surgical tool that's holding open a living or dead thing that is being either had surgery on or
Yeah.
being
But what's crazy is like
dissected.
this is like,
So it doesn't look cooked, and I say it doesn't look cooked because its face is looking right at you.
that's what I wanted to point out.
Its face is looking right
you're
at you.
literally eating the stomach. Like think
Yeah.
of like a human just like
Yeah.
flailed out, and you're eating like the bat's stomach, and the face is like right here. Like you're eye
Exactly,
to eye with this
yeah.
dead bat, and you're going for it.
And there's no way that
know,
there's
man.
no way you'd
I
get
don't
the
know,
teeth.
dude, that's crazy.
You couldn't get the full teeth grinning at you, and then the 2 eyes,
Yeah.
and then just like all the features of the face of the bat's face. You couldn't get all
Look
that.
it up, everyone. It's a pretty
If it
graphic
was
image
cooked,
if you
because
if
if
you
that
have a
was
nice
cooked,
stomach.
all that would melt away or change or be altered.
Yeah, I don't know, but
So
I think
that thing's raw.
yeah, China's got a serious issue, man,
That's
because they
wild.
can't. I mean, they can't feed their people. I'm
It might be
guessing, and
cooked,
that's
but I think
why.
it's raw.
I'm guessing that's why that they have to resort to stuff like this. And
Yeah.
I think that I like, as sad as it is to say, like, I mean, I don't want to be an asshole and say like China should, like there should be like some repercussions. Like we need to see like some sort of laws in place now to where like these things can't happen, And it's like anytime you hear like Netflix did, I think it's called Pandemic on Netflix, if you've seen it. And basically they were like, yeah, China is, all these different places are pretty much like where these diseases will come from if it's like gonna, destroy the world or something like that.
Yeah.
And so now that we've had 2 within like 30 years, which is SARS and is coronavirus, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the government has to do something different, right?
Yeah, I think
They got to take care of their people.
yeah,
I mean,
I think the
it's
important
ridiculous.
I don't know. I mean, I want to say the first thing you need to do before you start trying to put rules on them, or I mean, not even any outside government trying to change it, but just themselves making changes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah,
they
yeah.
should.
They
should recognize.
They should recognize what's going on, and I think in order for them to recognize that they need to change, I think the origin of the disease needs to be pinpointed.
They've pinpointed it, dude, to Wuhan.
But I mean, like, really, like that. They know the actual place they came from.
So I think what was said was that like 40 of the first 60 people who were tested all had been been to that market? That like one wet market in Wuhan, like 40 of the first 60 patients they had.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
Now again, I don't know how people figure all these stuff out.
Okay,
but
well,
that's what's being said, right?
It's for sure. Like if that is a,
I'm pretty sure it's definite. I mean, it was like a mad outbreak in Wuhan.
If you know where it came from, then you know wherever that area is. That's the.
It's the source.
That whatever the source is. Whatever government runs that source has to seriously reconsider, what's going on down there amongst
and I mean, the thing is like
everyday people.
The Chinese government has like crazy authority and crazy power. Like when it started
Isn't there a rule about not being able to have multiple kids or something?
Oh, that was way back.
Was that?
way back.
That was.
Yeah, that's another topic though, because I heard that they are gonna have some serious issues now because they have a bunch of old people and not enough youth to set some type of social system, kind of like how we have Social Security and things like that. But what are we talking about? Chinese government is definitely gonna have to do something. I mean, they got to put some sort of sanctions on these wild animal trades, and they gotta, I don't know, encourage people to farm something else, right, with some sort of dividend, or I know we get like. You hear about all these oil companies getting tax breaks or whatever. And I mean, and we're trying to move that to renewables and stuff like that. And hopefully we do that. And I feel like for China, they should do that with, safe farming. I mean, because if you're farming wild animals, like you don't know what's going on with them. Like you can't give them antibiotics. You can't treat them, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, as much as people, dislike what we do with our food processing here in America with, chemicals and,
hormones, antibiotics, is
all that stuff.
Feeding them a bunch of vitamins where they should be getting it elsewhere.
Yeah, and then also having like food that has a bunch of like words that we can't pronounce in them.
Mm-hmm. Preservatives,
Yeah. It to me it's it's like, oh, that stuff's really unhealthy, it's bad for you. The American diet is unhealthy, whatever. It's funny. It's like
safe though.
I'd rather have something slowly kill me than
it's like
have some awful sickness that's gonna kill me in 2 months.
That is such a good way of putting it. I love that.
It's come on, like sure we can't pronounce what's in the food, but it's not fucking killing us on the spot,
Yeah, I mean, it's a serious issue, but I think with the American diet is like, I think that all those things have to be put in place to like keep us safe, And the worst thing that we have here is like throwing it back to our second podcast, like when you get food poisoning, it's like like it's such a big deal here, and it's like it's great that that's a big deal. Like it sucks that it still happens, but like the fact that food poisoning is like so rare that when you hear about it, you can do half a podcast on it. Like,
and also
that's good.
It's another one of those things where it's another good trope in storytelling or just comedy. It's just having your characters run into a food poisoning situation, Where
it's always so funny to describe.
And you can do stuff with that where you have like the person who suggests the food, they're totally fine, and then everybody else is screwed, and it's stuff like that. So having the actual experience of it made me realize how funny and why it is so funny. It's like if I kind of wish I just had other people around, to like in the moment to appreciate like what was happening to me,
yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I mean, brutally painful, but pretty hilarious.
So, did you hear that there are 2 confirmed cases in San Francisco for the coronavirus?
There are. I heard someone say something about a.
Actually, we got an email from the school.
We got an email from the school.
Yeah, check your email.
Check my email. I've been waiting for the email that says school's canceled.
Okay, so I think what's going to happen is
until further notice.
I think what's going to happen is in my business writing class, the professor said that they might go online. Like they're gonna
the whole thing online.
Well, some classes I think, but other classes I think are kind of necessary for you to come in.
That is a scary thought when 2 of my professors cannot work a computer.
Well, then they'll probably
they obviously
not.
can, but not in any special way.
What I think they'll do is they'll try and try to sort of stop the flow of people coming into the school.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, it's their response. Like, as dumb as that sounds, like, go online. Like, they have to protect you all, you know? Like, that's their responsibility. And, like, if an outbreak happens at the school, like, it's bad. Yeah. And because I'm downtown, too, and so I think they were taking it a lot seriouser there because that's where because I think there was an instance in Chinatown, and then there was an instance a 40-year-old lady who I don't know where she was at, but well, sketch, man, and it's only gonna grow. I mean,
today and that's what my coworker Yash was saying yesterday at work. He's like, he mentioned about the cases in our area. And he's like, yeah, it's just going to get worse.
Well, dude, there was like 1 in Santa Clara, and now there's 12.
Yeah, exactly.
So it grows fast, man. And there's 1 in Alameda. Like, it's just, we live in a society right now where traveling has been made so efficient and so easy
that people are moving.
You cannot predict where this is going to go. True. You know? I mean, you can. I mean, there's an instance in Maui now.
See, this is okay. See,
it's just like
this goes back to what I'm saying.
Too contagious, I think. Is what it is. That's what's so dangerous about it.
This goes back to what I was saying about my Coachella trip, and that is that I have plane tickets to fly.
Yeah.
Back to Ontario.
Yeah.
San Francisco, Ontario.
Oh.
And then
from Ontario. Yeah.
No, fly from here to Ontario.
Okay.
And then do Coachella and then fly
back.
from Ontario.
Yeah. I got you.
I'm worried that what if just the airports are shut down by that point?
I doubt it, man. I doubt it. When is it again? April?
It's April. My flight is April. My first flight is April 16th.
No, I don't think so. I think airlines won't shut down. I mean,
well, here's my plan if they do.
People have to figure it out.
Here's my plan if they do.
Okay.
Dominic, he's going with us. And
Piscatella?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, I don't think I'll have to beg him because he's one of the nicest guys. one of the nicest guys I know.
And you're just gonna ride up with him?
No, I'm gonna ask him to drive 8 hours to get me and then drive 8 hours back.
Wait, where is he at? Is he here too?
He lives in Riverside.
Oh, you mean okay? Yeah.
Because I need a ride. And my whole squad that I'm going with, they all live in Riverside. And the only one who has a heart big enough for that drive is Dominic.
You know what you could do? They do these buses where you literally
Plan A is Dominic, Ryan. Okay, let's before we do the bus details.
We'll put that out there.
Yeah, we could. I get there's buses.
Dominic, but you're on call, man.
Dominic is Plan A.
Get ready, bro.
Well, technically Dominic's Plan B, because Plan A is the flight. But Plan B is Dominic, and then Plan C is...
It sounds better if Plan B is the bus, you know?
No, Plan B is Dominic.
Well, B and
because
B.
I would rather spend more money paying Dominic to pick me up and take me back and enjoy a nice ride with a homie than, have to figure out a bus ticket and ride.
Do you think it's going to get to that point, though? I don't think it'll get to that point. I don't know.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain groups that act on fear, and then there's certain groups that act on money.
Okay.
I think planes and just flights in general act on fear. Obviously, because of 9/11.
Yeah.
And then you have Coachella, which acts on loves money.
Yeah.
So,
but sort of those other events that got canceled, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, the guy who runs Coachella, he hates gay people. So
really,
yeah. So I associate that.
That is so ironic.
Yeah, but right.
Because I feel like 30% of the attendees are gay, right?
But I associate hating gay people with being really conservative, which means loving money and liking your money. Sorry to throw stereotypes on people. I'm just comparing the options.
Being stereotypical is okay.
I'm saying is, I see the more likely scenario of my flight being canceled and Coachella not being canceled than Coachella being canceled and my flight not being canceled.
I see. Yeah.
So that's why Dominic is the plan B.
Well, hopefully it works out, man.
Yeah, I mean I'll find a way.
I'm thinking that it's gonna get pretty bad.
Yeah, and
like,
this is what I'm saying.
It's gonna get pretty bad because people.
It's gonna get.
I mean, we have a lot of modern medicine here, so it's not gonna spread like
the night
crazy.
Is darkest just before the dawn.
Well, it's not gonna be so dangerous, but I think that people will get sick.
Yeah,
like a lot of people are gonna get sick, but I don't think that it'll be like the death toll won't be at like 3% for the United States, but I do think that people should be concerned. And yeah, I mean, just take the precautions that you need to. Go to your Walgreens, get some hand sanitizer or something like that. Dude, actually, I have another story.
One quick. I had a guy.
Go ahead.
I had a customer at Blaze yesterday.
Yeah.
Came in late, kind of like a smart ass too. And he's like,
he's a customer?
Yeah, a customer. Like, those masks don't work. Because he comes in at like 8:30, and I started work at 5. And those first 3.5 hours, which is packed, and he comes in right when it dies, and he's like, "Oh, is everybody scared to come in?" Like he's like, "Oh, like coming in." I'm like, "No, actually, it was really just crowded, and it's now just dead right when you came in." Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, okay, well, those masks, they don't do anything." And I was just like, well, thanks, all right, cool. What kind of sauce do you want?"
What? Yeah, dude. Dude, you know what's crazy though is I have been trying to prepare for Mexico, right? And I want to be careful, so I was trying to get some hand sanitizer.
Oh, it's all gone,
dude. It is gone.
Yeah, I know, bro.
Gone.
Isn't it funny?
You know how? Okay, I'm gonna tell you something.
I guess it's because it's mobile sanitation. That's why it's more popular than hand soap. Because with hand soap, you have to be at a base location.
You have to have water.
Yeah, you have to have water. Which is usually at a base location.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's out, bro. It makes sense that the hand sanitizer is just going like wildfire.
Where do you think hand sanitizer comes from? China.
Okay. I mean, I feel like when you have like 90 something% alcohol, it doesn't really matter who was packaging it.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Dead. But I think it's funny how and
but dude, a lot of like most of the stuff we get is from China.
Oh yeah, most of it for sure. But dude. So I was looking online and I was like, okay, I'm gonna, because I went to Walgreens. There was no hand sanitizer, so I was like, all right, I'll just order it online. Yeah. And I go on Amazon. Guess how much a pack of 6 travel size, Frank. Travel size hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I'm picturing that. It's like that.
It's like the Purell, the Purell
6
brand.
Purells like that. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
How much? How much do you think?
85.
$90. Really good, dude.
Damn, that was a pretty fucking good guess. Damn.
I mean, just what do you even say?
Who's supply and demand?
Yeah, that's true. Bringing it back to basic economics.
Yeah.
But you know what
so funny.
What wasn't out at Walgreens is the wipes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't want the wipes because then, like, I have to wipe my hands and I have to put it somewhere.
Yeah,
the hand sanitizer just goes away, man. It just seeps in.
Yeah. Imagine being the guy.
So yeah, protect yourself, everyone.
Imagine being the guy or the gal who just was all about hand sanitizer before any of this, and they always was stocked, and then this hysteria hits, and they just like look in their closet, and they got their stack there.
Dude, that must be so good.
Oh yeah, they definitely exist. Oh yeah.
I'm thinking everyone needs to do their part and just be safe. If you're sick, just stay home. Don't. Because you don't know. I mean, it may not be like death threatening, but you could, like, if I was sick this week, I would be like
concerned.
I may have the coronavirus, and like it's not like you'll know until
you know,
and exactly until everyone else around you is like super sick, and you go in and you're like, they're like,
you don't
really,
know you
like,
know.
You didn't.
It sounds stupid, but it's true.
So just take care of yourself. Stay home if you can. Wash your hands. Get some antibacterial wipes, and also just don't touch your face.
Don't touch your face.
Just do.
I've always been a don't touch your face, just general kind of.
You know what's so funny about it though?
Kind of guy.
So have I.
Yeah.
But anytime now that the coronavirus has started and people are like, okay, wash your hands for 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Make sure if you touch anything or wash your hands before food, just all these things, right? And they're like, don't touch your eyes, don't touch your mouth. Literally, I'll read that, and then all of a sudden my eyes will just start twitching. I'm like,
and you really want to itch them.
They just start itching. I don't know. It's what it is, man. But it's ever since I heard about this coronavirus thing, it's I've noticed that my eyes are just it's like a reaction,
When I clocked in at work yesterday, there was a notification before I got to the normal screen that was a big old warning that said, for safety of the coronavirus, wash your hands for 30 seconds. It's damn, it's getting real.
Yeah, dude. We have, I work at McKesson. We're a pharmaceutical company, so
yeah,
they have a bunch of emails going out every day about coronavirus protection. Do this, update.
Just give your coworkers a head nod.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing else.
So safe workplace, and so just stay safe, everyone. But it's crazy. It's crazy how stuff like this can literally destroy humanity, and we're all fighting it, and it's California declared a state of emergency, right? Do you know that?
Didn't they?
They did, right?
They did.
I think I heard that. San Francisco definitely did. So I think California did, but it really is an emergency. I always find it dumb how diseases spread and the goal is to kill everything in their path, because then they just end up dying, right? If they really succeeded, hypothetically,
they wiped out the planet.
Exactly.
Then the disease would die with us.
What would it do? There's no more life.
But here's the way to think about it, Ryan.
Yeah.
It has no other thought other than kill.
I know.
So that's why it's that's what's sadly
so poetic.
Exactly. That's what's
right?
tragically poetic about it is the fact that all it knows is kill.
Yeah.
So it kills till it kills itself.
Wow. I don't understand it, but it makes sense. Damn.
Dropping. That's
dude. Someone fucking quote that. That was beautiful, man. I find it so funny because and you'd think that by now, or it's just humans are our bodies are amazing, and they're able to handle so much. And it's this storyline of diseases and viruses, and they're just constantly adapting and attacking.
Solving problems.
And then our bodies are just trying to combat that, when it comes into contact with it. And it's just this, it's never going to end, this will continue happening.
Yeah.
For the rest of time until humans are gone, right? Because they have, or animals and everything are gone.
There's just so many. You think about all the little tiny particles and tiny little bugs on you and all that kind of stuff. There's just so much, stuff that affects in different ways, and so there's just it's always going to be a battle. Living on a planet. Sure, we can live here, but it's still not perfect.
No, of course not. Of course not.
And that's what poses the natural fight, is us fighting these diseases. And that's what sucks about. I really I wish I could, I wish I could go down to the local doctor's office, or this sounds really, really ignorant, by the way, but
just what we do here, man.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking we're experts on this subject.
We know nothing. go down to my local doctor/science office.
The Dr. Science.
Dr. Science office. And I just want to like.
God, he sounds so cool, man.
I just want to.
What does he look like?
I just want to stand outside the building with a sign that says "You can do it." You know, like we need you. Like,
dude,
it's
yes.
time. Like it's
I
time
get
for you to clutch up right now because this is some serious shit. And you think about something as awful as cancer. The reason why that's so awful is that it's a disease that we don't know the cure to,
right?
But now we're working with something that spreads in a whole nother way. It's like it's so it spreads like airborne. It spreads easily.
Contagious,
it's
right?
contagious.
Yeah.
So now we're dealing with something that's contagious that we don't have a cure for. So in a way, you have cancer that doesn't have a cure. And there's really no ticking clock on that in the sense because it's not contagious.
Right.
But with coronavirus, you have a ticking clock because of the contagious. And that's why I imagine this dumb scenario with the "you can do it" sign, because it's like a sporting event where the clock is ticking and we gotta figure this out.
We're rooting for each other.
We're rooting for each other. So it's like,
and by each other, I mean the government and the people in charge.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I mean, there's no way we can actually, hold that sign up for him. But
we
are. Yeah. I am hoping that we can figure this out. And I think maybe I feel like coming together on this one would be. I know it's tough to come together right now with the whole the disease being so contagious. People bouncing from areas. But I really think if we put our best people together on it from different areas, we could I don't know, obviously I don't know if we could, but that's what I'm hoping for in terms of humanity beating this this contagious disease, is that we figured out together.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, I think that it doesn't only stem like hey, let's be a community and let's solve this together in terms of like the people in charge, but I mean, it really is a community effort in a sense. Like, I mean, if you think about it, like the world is like a community, right? Like we are all one, right? And you can break it down into sub communities, but I mean, we're all humanity at one point, right?
True.
And or at the toppest level. And it really is a community effort to stop the spread of it. I mean, you don't want other people to get sick, right? And like, so it's up to me and you to protect ourselves and in turn protect other people, and it's not about like like London Breed, our mayor, was like, we need to continue supporting the communities, and like, and like she's talking about Chinatown, and like I agree, like we shouldn't just like, it's counterproductive to be like, oh, well, like it's their fault, and like let's just stay away from them, like no, let's all just do our part, let's all wash our hands, sanitize, let's try and kill it together. Like everyone do their part. Stop sneezing everywhere. Like if you're sick, like take care of yourself. Go home. Like don't spread anything. And you don't want other people's immune systems to be weak. And so it goes like all the way like down to grassroots. Like me and you, man. I think so. I think we all need to handle this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's here. Coronavirus is in San Francisco, man. It's like 3 miles wide.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a 3 mile, let's just say it's 3 meters, cubic meter, three cubic miles, right? Or square miles, I should say.
Yeah. It's,
with it. It's here, bro. You feel me? So, I mean, everyone's just got to do their part. Like, if you got people sneezing on Muni, like, just be like, hey, get your ass home. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Quarantine yourself.
And then wash your hands and tell everyone to take care of themselves.
Yeah. Ryan's covered it. With the instructions that the best instructions we could give for how to,
be warned, as we said, we're not experts on this. We're just do your own research and stuff, but
we're just a couple buddies having a white claw and talking about
deadly diseases.
The deadly disease that is contagious and spreading fear throughout our world. But on a better note, going out of the world, for going outer space.
Ooh, did
Eternal Take. Lil Uzi Vert dropped his highly anticipated album.
do you like it?
Here's the thing.
Let's get to it. We got 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't worry. This is
all
going to be
you,
a nice
man.
little quick review here. I love this album because to me, it is what I love to see happen when a highly anticipated album project comes out.
Mm.
And it's that the people who love it right away and who are just can't stop playing it are the people that are, the real fans of the artist, like the legit fans.
Yeah.
Because when you're a big artist and you have a big project that's highly anticipated, you have people coming in from all angles who aren't your fans, who aren't your core fan base. Because this album was announced back in early 2018, I think, maybe late 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to come out, a while ago, and it was just, all these problems. And Lil Uzi, he retired from music during this stage. So there's just all this drama was happening with his record label, all this shit. And then, he surprise drops it a couple of weeks early, and then it lives up to the hype. And it's like, to me, I think it's the epitome of the whole. It's for the fans, because there's people online saying it sucks, as there always are when something as hyped as this comes out. Right when it comes out, the same thing happened with Astroworld. Was that it was so hyped right when it dropped? There were plenty of people saying it sucked
for sure,
but
they're totally wrong.
All my friends loved it, and the same thing is happening with this Eternal Take album. All the buddies from Capone's. We're all big Uzi fans, and we're all in our group chat just raving about how good it is.
He's a unique artist, man.
So I put it, I put the album. I recommend the album in this way. If you are a Lil Uzi Vert fan, check out the album, and if you're not, don't check it out.
Really?
Don't. Well, I mean, because if you're not, it's Uzi, it's Uzi. It is what it's all about. It's the fast raps with the funny lines, and
he's great.
The upbeat beats. But it's like I'm just saying, it's like the reason why I think people aren't liking it or claiming oh it sucks is because they're not actual Uzi Vert fans.
I got you. Yeah.
When you have an album that has so much hype and so much drama around it, you pull in interest from all categories, just music people in general.
Yeah.
So, and they're gonna get, and they're like, this is what I've been waiting. Like they don't get it because they're not.
Yeah.
They
just want you to comply,
they don't know
what their image is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
get you.
I recommend it as a listen for Uzi fans. It's great.
I think most of our fans would enjoy the album. Agreed?
Oh, I would say so. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Go watch it, everyone.
It's a movie. It is. It really is. They like to say that about rap songs, or like when they're shooting music. Like, it's a movie. Like My Life's a Movie. Like that's how lit it is.
There's also memes that go around online now.
Yeah, like movie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love memes, man.
Yeah.
The meme game is something I'll never be away from.
Yeah, dude, it's really good. It's really good. And I just like how in your head, did memes start with iFunny? Because that was same.
For sure.
Well,
that was like the original platform.
Yeah,
dude. Oh, iFunny, man.
Just scrolling through.
Then they got shut down, and then
they came back.
I might just re-download it, dude.
But it's like it's one of those things. Does it still exist?
I think so.
Okay.
I think Sam still has the app somehow. Like he never deleted it.
Yeah. Because to me, it seems like it doesn't exist anymore, just because what it was has just melted into all the internet. Yeah, it's just everywhere. So it's like, you don't need a specific meme app because memes are everywhere.
That was back when like Facebook was like the major platform.
Yes,
and, like
Facebook
no one
was
would post memes on Facebook.
Facebook was. Do you remember a stage where like young people I shouldn't say young people, but I should say like school aged people, like adolescents. Adolescents stopped using Facebook and transitioned to Instagram. Do you remember when that happened?
Hardcore, I do.
It was almost like Instagram knew, like someone at Instagram was like, guys, my younger cousin's mom just downloaded Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta come up with a new app.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we gotta like it's not for like we gotta get something for the young people.
Yeah, dude.
That's what. Yeah. So.
Rest in peace, iFunny.
Rest in peace,
if it's not there.
Either
way, rest in peace because they're not what they were.
Because they're not what they were, and we thank them for doing what they did. For
yeah, some good times scrolling through my phone. Let's end it there, man.
Yeah,
let's end it there.
Let's
so
end it there on a
once
a
again,
shout-out
everyone.
iFunny.
Once again, please give us your recommendations.
Oh yeah. Just continue to let because we got I got a nice text from Jared about the
so Jared Canals, give him a little shout out. Thanks for letting us know about the coronavirus, or letting us know that you wanted to talk about it. Yeah,
and as I thought, it led to a long conversation.
It did. We did pretty much 50 minutes. So yeah, give us a shout out. Let us know what you want us to talk about, and we'll definitely talk about it. So cheers up, brother.
All right, episode 9 coming to a close.